So guys, welcome back to the channel, and right here we have the Skullcandy Dime Evo. Now you see the $20 price tag, that's not what they cost, they're actually $59.99. Though you can get them on the Skullcandy website on sale at times and also on Amazon. I'll have a link for anyone that wants to look up the specifications of this particular device in case I miss anything. Now I do want to also say that, like I said, I got for $20. This is technically a more budget pair of earbuds for the person out there that loves the Skullcandy brand. You'll be used to their quality of sound, their heavy bass, things like that. So that's the reason why people buy Skullcandy. But first, let's go over some specifications before we hop into this video. And I do want to also say that timestamps are in the description for any person that wants to skip forward. So first things first, this guy has 6mm drivers. So I'm guessing the sound probably isn't going to be as nearly as sharp and heavy as the traditional Skullcandy headphones. This is more so a portable thing. You're getting a total of 36 hours of battery life, 8 hours in the earbuds itself, and 28 inside the actual case. You do have rapid charge, so you can get 10 minutes of charge will give you about 2 hours of play. So if you're one of those people where you just pop it inside the case, you use it before it nearly died, your traveling time might be an hour, 20 minutes, 30 minutes, whatever it is. A 10-minute charge will give you 2 hours of listening time. Keep in mind, if you're on the phone, that's going to dramatically drop because the microphones use a lot more battery than the actual listening aspect. Your Bluetooth 5.3. You do have multi-point pairing and Google Fast pairing, which is really cool. You do have 3 EQ presets: music, bass boost, podcast, plus a custom 5-band EQ in the Skullcandy app. So this does have app support. So I'm guessing it probably has the touch controls and things. So we're going to test that out in this video also. You have microphone. This has microphones and clear calls. All of them have. They all say that, but we'll actually do a microphone test to determine if that's true. You have the stay aware mode, which is basically like a transparency mode. You have IPX4 sweat and splash resistance for those people heading to the gym. This will work for you. And the best part, anyone asking, you actually have it where you can use either buds solo or by, both of them together or solo. I do want to also show this. This is a little Google overview. $34.99 for this on the Skullcandy website, even though the regular price is $59.99. You can always just wait for a sale and it'll pop up without a problem. So anyway, with that being said, I actually left everything in the original packaging for the unboxing. There was a bunch of these and the Skullcandy dimes at the pawn shop for 20 bucks. So I ended up buying the dime threes, So I ended up getting these because they actually have the app support. But this is nice. Look, this is nice already. This is a big case though. I ain't gonna hold you. This is a big chunky boy. So you have the USB-C right here. I think this might be a little button down here for a reset, that little circle. I'm sorry, I'm already over here. I forgot I'm using a different phone camera. I'm using the Moto Edge, the Moto Razr 2026 for this recording. So yeah, you have the little button right here, I believe, that resets the buds. You have the USB-C, that is how you charge them. You have your hook right here. So for anyone, you can definitely hook this on your book bag or something. But my suggestion is to put this in your book bag during rainy days or inclement weather because you don't want any rain to hit this. I know that the buds are IPX4, but I don't know if the case is. Unlikely. So all you do is just pull these out, and these are the buds right here, as a matter of fact. Now, you want to know something interesting about this? When I bought these, they were actually sealed, completely sealed. So as you can see, listen, I didn't use them. I didn't use them yet. So I look forward to actually using the buds throughout the week, right? And then come back and record each section for you guys so we have an idea of what we're actually dealing with. And these are actually some pretty small buds. This is a really big case for buds that are this small. And watch this. As soon as I took them out of the case and opened it, it went away. Here it is. The Google Fast Pair option popped up immediately because as long as you have an email attached to your phone, which all Androids do, then it will automatically pop up and it will actually remember a lot of your settings too. So I want to keep this inside the case for now. What this also comes with is the rubber tips. You have the large and then you have the smalls. The mediums are already on the buds themselves. And lastly, we have this Skullcandy Dime user guide right here, which it actually shows you how to use some of the settings. But I'm going to do that, and toward the end of the video, I want to show you this. More importantly, we want to know if this is actually worth purchasing. Anyway, without further ado, let's get into this review and not waste any more time. So comfort naturally is going to matter for any earbud you use. Doesn't matter the specs, doesn't matter how good it sounds. The question is, will it actually work for you? Let me blow those out. Got a little dirt and dust inside the ears. Okay. So anyway, I want to show you how they fit. These are actually some very, very, very small buds, as you can see right here. They're small. So when you place them inside the ear, it's going to look a little bit different. I'm thinking about getting a bigger ear mold, but yeah, this is how it's going to fit inside the ear, like so. And I do have some pictures to the left to show you guys how this is going to look inside of the ear, a little video demonstration of me placing them inside. This is, I'm not going to say they're a loose headset. They're very, very small. They're not very evasive at all inside of the ears when I actually have them in mine. I actually feel a little, they don't feel loose, but they feel a little hollow, meaning that I'm so used to having other earbuds that are much, much bigger inside my ear. So to give you an example of that, right here, I have the Liberty 5 Pros, right? And when you look at the difference in the sheer size of the bud, the Liberty 5 is much, much bigger than this little guy here. Not dramatically bigger, but this one is a much smaller, finer fit than this one. Though, you know, I mean, if I'm not going to compare the buds in terms of quality. I'm not going to do that now. That's crazy. But, you know, this isn't bad for the fit and the feel. It's comfortable. For long listening sessions, is actually very, very comfortable. Like I said before, when I place them inside my ear, I don't feel like that they're like suffocating the ear, where some headphones, when you place them in your ear, it's like an automatic noise cancellation. And really that's because the earbud is so chunky that it fills in all of your ear, so not much sound can get through. But these do feel very, very comfortable. And I believe that anybody that uses the Skullcandy, what are these called? Dime Evos. I'm about to call them the Dime 3s. Dime Evos will definitely like the fit and feel. It'll be one of the favorite things about it. I just kind of wish they had a smaller case. Like this case should have been cut in half with the earbuds inside of it. But you know, I'm not complaining. Got it for $20, so there's no complaint over here. Skullcandy, in my opinion, is a really weird place when it comes to music quality. Sometimes they make headphones that they launch at $20 and have incredible sound. And then they have others that they launch for $60, $70, $80. And it's like, this is a little bit questionable for the asking price. So let me explain for this one. It's a mixed bag for me. The bass isn't bad on this device at all, but you do notice that because it only has 6mm drivers, that heavy oomph that Skullcandy normally has in their quality of bass isn't quite here with this headset. But what I will say, if you put it on bass boost, or if you do a customizable EQ, you can offset anything that I just said in terms of bass. But then another problem persists with this headset, and that is that the vocals are incredibly strong. So much so that sometimes if you're listening to an R&B song or something that has a lot of instruments playing in the background along with someone singing, along with the bass, the vocals struggle. They're I'm about to say visibly. You can hear the struggle in it, where sometimes it feels like the maximum volume for the actual singer can sound like it's stretching and screeching a little bit and struggling to maintain that sound. Now, if you're listening to this about 50% to 70%, you're fine. Once you go past 70%, 80, 90 to 100, that's when you start noticing that the headset does struggle a little bit with a lot of different songs. So if you're doing heavy rock, the vocals aren't going to sound super, super great unless you do some form of customizable EQ to offset what it is that I'm talking about. But again, it's not a bad headset overall. The overall quality is pretty decent. They're smaller headphones, they're lighter headphones, so it's understandable that it's not packing all that heavy tech inside of it. Plus, you know, this is something that Skullcandy, this is just my opinion, I think they just released this just to keep something on the market, to keep releasing products every so many years. Because even when I look at other Skullcandy products that I've reviewed on this channel recently, I feel like some of them have heavier bass or better quality sound than this one. And I feel like this one is a little overpriced for to be $60 regular price. $34.99 is great. If you can get it for $29.99 or something, that's even better on sale. But $60, you're gonna need a little bit more features than what it is that you got for $60. But again, if you are a Skullcandy user and you're used to Skullcandy, you don't want to try out Anchor, you don't want to try out JLab or any other brand, and you happen to come across these for like $34.99 or even $20, $25, this is definitely worth the purchase. But again, for $60, the regular asking price, there are better buds out there that are going to have better quality sound than this one by far. This right here is going to be the level of sound quality that you're going to get on these earbuds if you're in a quiet environment. I do want to say that if you're outside and you plan on jogging or running or even using these on your electric scooter or some type of motor vehicle, the amount of noise that hits the microphones is going to make it difficult to be able to hear other people. But if you're in a pretty calm area, light wind, you're in the office, gym, everyday usage to and from inside the house, you should be perfectly fine. But once you go into open areas like the subway and the trains and things like that, then a lot of that background noise will be picked up with these microphones. All right, so I have the earbuds out of the case for right now. They need to be connected to the device in order for the app to work. And I have a screen recording, so it's a little bit easier for you guys to see in case there's a glare on the screen right here. So you'll be greeted to this. It'll show the Skullcandy Dime Evo that connected. You'll see the left side and the right side, how charged it is. I actually turn the volume up manually through here, so feel free to do that. You have the option between music, podcast, bass boost, and a custom EQ. As a matter of fact, let me see if you can hear it. I'm not sure if you can or not, but it'll actually, when you switch it, it says each one. It'll say music mode, podcast, bass boost mode, custom. Okay, so we're going to keep it on music for right now, because that's the standard one. You have adjustable stay aware. Basically, stay tuned in what's going on around you with adjustable external sound amplification. So what this in reality does, stay aware, is that, see this right here? It'll let you know. Stay aware mode, slide plus to hear what's going on around you. Move the slider to the left to less external sound through. So the way you adjust this is you will go outside. Think of this as transparency mode. You'll go outside, you'll adjust this in a way so that whenever you're talking to people, or if you want to leave your earbuds inside of your ears, the noise is going to pass through the earbud as if you're just wearing absolutely nothing at all. Now, obviously, different brands are going to do this better than others. Skullcandy, we'll talk about that in a section a little bit later. But yeah, so far, this isn't bad. It's not bad. It's not a crazy amount of customization, but it's not bad. You have low latency audio that is off right now. So if you use this is mainly for the gaming mode or video. I normally leave it off. I could care less about these type of modes and stuff. Like, it's fine the way that it is, in my personal opinion. But the option is customizable to change it the way you want. Press once on the touchscreen aspect right here. This is the touchscreen aspect. It'll pause and play, right for pause and play, which you can actually edit these, the left or the right side if you want to. And it looks like the option for it is take photo, pause and play, activate assistant, volume up and down, track forward and back, stay aware mode, and it's going to be the same exact thing for the right side. Now, you do have the option for none. So for the people out there that don't want any touch controls whatsoever, you can just go ahead and scroll down and tap none if you choose to. For the other person that wants full customization, you could change it right here. And again, you can change the left side and the right side. You have double press, single taps, triple press, tap and hold. And it looks like all the options are pretty much exactly the same for each one. So yeah, up or down, volume, photo, pause and play, assistant. It's going to be the same no matter if you do single taps, double taps, triple presses, or tap and hold. So keep that in mind. You have multi-point pairing right here. This is how you do the multi-point. So it says button shortcut. You can actually hold the left or right side for, looks like 3 seconds. Now, I do believe that you can actually turn off your Bluetooth in your old device and then reopen this case up. And while it's still connected to the old device, it'll put itself into pairing mode. And then that way you're actually able to pair to the second one. Or the other option is, look, if you look right here, I'm going to leave this up for anyone that is interested in reading this. It says right here to utilize multi-point pairing and pair to a second device. When you already powered on and connected to a device, press left or right on the earbud for 3 seconds. This will again enter in pairing mode. Okay, so there you go. I was wrong. What you have to do is you have to hold the button for 3 seconds, and then it will put the earbuds automatically in pairing mode, and then you're able to sync to another device. But I will still try my way out too. Sometimes that works. You have the option for the take a photo. Not really interested in that. Clear voice smart microphones. All right. I mean, this just tells you what it does. It doesn't actually do anything. I guess it's just a little, well, this one does. Activating assistant. So you hold the button for 1 second and you can customize it in the widget settings. So you can also customize it right here where it says button settings. And what you would do is you would activate voice assistant with a single press or double press. You could do it that way. What else do we have here? This seems to be everything on the main page. In the cogwheel, all we have is color theme. This theme is based on if you have it on dark mode on your phone or not. Do you have push settings with like any application settings? That's pretty much it. There's, oh, let me get that out of here. Yeah, that's it. There's nothing else to that application. So it doesn't have a crazy level of customization. But the good news is that for the person out there that technically has a, what's the word I'm looking for here? That's it. I wanted to say something else. I was trying to find an upside. Yeah, it's just pretty basic, bare bones customization in the app. It is available for the person that wants that, but that's what it was. For the person that wants to custom EQ, you can go to the settings, app settings, and switch it up any way that you want to. So that's a good thing. Anyway, so just in case anybody is wondering, the touch controls on this device is going to be in the Skullcandy section right here. And there's also going to be this little Skullcandy symbol. Those are the touch controls. Keep that in mind as we look at this video. So I'm just going to show you, this is the manual mode right here where it actually shows the, let me kind of ball that up so you guys can see it. Here we go. Take a picture if you need to. This is the reject calls, how to charge the buds when you place them inside the case. It's basically just giving you a rundown. And the reason why they do this is because there's a lot of people out there, if I'm being honest with you, that just don't bother reading anything. You know what I mean? So let me just do this part right here. All right, here we are. A couple seconds to screenshot. Pause it if you have to. Then we have the manual pairing right here. Manual mode from the left. Let's go on to the right with the pairing. Don't worry, I'm going to do each little section. So then we have the reject calls right here. Get that in the camera. We have the track forward, the stay aware mode on and off. We have the assistant activate. We have how to charge the buds, next level, charge the case, resync the buds, reset, pair the buds. So here you go. So that's how you do everything with this. I'm just kind of skipping forward on this. There's really nothing on the back worth reading, but feel free and go to this section and pause the video on the section that you need it for so that you can have all the instructions for this. To be honest with you, I'm not keeping this. I personally don't need this. So yes, make sure you when you look at this part, screenshot the parts that you need so you always have the instructions in case you get one used or someone gives it to you and it doesn't come with the actual instructions. Anyway, let's get to the conclusion of this video. If you happen to be a Skullcandy fan and you find these for $20, $30, $34.99, this is worth the asking price. You have a decent battery life, which is 8 hours of listening time, 28 hours inside the case, so a total of 36. You don't have noise cancellation, unfortunately, but you do have a stay aware mode, which is basically Skullcandy's transparency mode. That's what they call it for them. You have app support, which you can change the touch controls. You can turn them off. You also have the option with multi-point, so it is a full package technically. And of course, you can see the actual battery life of the buds in the Skullcandy application. This is a nice presentation. Even though I complain about how thick the case is, this is still a very, very nice presentation. And to be honest with you, this is something that I will personally carry on my hip in case I needed just an extra pair of headphones if something happened to my primary pair. That's what this is for me. That's what I'm going to use as like a backup of sorts because of how it's positioned. Now, I do want to say, even with me, saying the decent things about it in this last part, the sound quality is okay. It's 6mm drivers. It's nothing out of the ordinary. The vocals don't sound that great. They overpower practically every instrument on this headset unless you use one of the customizable EQs to switch it or, just a custom EQ yourself and you just build it up the way that you want to. This is a decent headset, but I do feel like, this should have been priced a lot cheaper. Similar to like when you look at some of the other Skullcandy products that I think they're called like not the XTs, I forget what they're called, but they're like $20 earbuds that I reviewed twice on this channel, just to give you guys a reminder. Something like that can outpower this and it's $20. So why pay more for something like this? Again, when you look at the aesthetic of the case and stuff, you're paying for the brand itself, not so much the quality overall. You're paying for a brand. It's not bad for what it does, but at regular price $60, you can go on Amazon and look at Tozos, Soundpeats, Airfunds, Soundcores. You can look at other Skullcandy products for $60, to be honest with you, that's going to outperform this. But again, it's not bad for what it does. For the average person that just wants a pair of headset that's going to be responsive, that's going to be reliable. This is a reliable headset so far. I'm not going to sit here and act like it's not. It's not the best in terms of specs, but if you don't care, then it's no big deal. Disregard what I'm saying and just go ahead and purchase them if you're a Skullcandy user. But my suggestion would be to look into the Soundcore family before you do that, so you can really see the difference between a company that offers features versus one that's trying to skimp out on you. And Skullcandy is skimping out. This definitely should have at least active noise cancellation for the asking price. I don't think that's too much to ask for. But anyway, that's a review. Like and subscribe like always, guys, and I will see you in the next video. Till then, take care. Peace. Ooh, peace over here. God bless. And I am out. Gotta remember where that camera is. See you in the next one.